Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and with this special figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at this rather strange looking figure here. This is Pirate Brimstone. So I'll explain more about him in a minute. We're going to have a look at him compared to the original owner of the mould. We're going to have a look at him compared to other uses of the mould. Some up-to-date figures at the time of making this video just to see how he compares. Because he's an old figure, I'm going to show you things that you need to be aware of if you're looking for purchasing one yourself. And the reason why I've got him in this, well, it is his alternate mode but with no accessories, is again, I want to reiterate to you guys, if you're looking for one of these, why I think the accessories are needed, and indeed any of the things that you need to be aware of. So before we get started, let's remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So here you go, Star Seeker Pirate Brimstone. This came out in 2014. It is a convention exclusive and it is using the original Fall of Cybertron Shockwave mold. If you want to see this, you can pause this and then you can read his bio there as well, just by pausing it for yourself. Now the strange thing is, I absolutely love this mold, but I don't really know too much about the Star Seekers, if I'm being completely honest. The figure itself, I just think it looks great. Not at the moment, it's not intentional. Well, not intentionally, but I've left it like this intentionally to show you why this is really important. In fact, any of these, if you're going to get Shockwave, if you're going to get Airwade, you really do sort of need the accessories for the alternate mode, and let me show you why. Because although he's not a parts former per se, his accessories definitely do make him sort of, well, yeah, they do make him one. So if we lift this bit, I need to take these out now, lift these bits up here. You'll have noticed I've uploaded a tutorial for transformation as well. This is going to tab into there like so. So that's going to rest in there, and then you're going to take this. You've got two ways of doing this. I find it easier to just go straight in, bending that down and then tabbing this into here as well. Then you can close this around it. That's going to tab into place. This will fold around and fit lovely into that gap. You can then of course close this back down, re-tab them in, and that looks like a million times better straight away. But then when you take the sword, split it in the middle, fold these around there, and again look for the 5mm port. 5mm port's just been industry standard forever. This now looks, in my opinion, incredible. It's so good, it really is. But of course you saw how bad it looked without the accessories. So if you are looking for this and you do like the alternate mode, I would suggest obviously looking for them. If robot mode, it's not too bad, and you'll see in a second. This looks beautiful, and this is, as I say, the first use of the mold. Shockwave from Fall of Cybertron, if memory serves me correct, about 2011. So compared to some of today's figures, still, you know, still holds his own, still just as big, probably not as wide and as chunky, but definitely still holds his own. Couple of other figures just to give you an idea. I always tend to do a G1 Prime just because most people who watch this channel, according to the demographic in the comments, have a G1 Prime. And let's be honest, you don't even need to be old to have a G1 Prime now. There is so many uses of that mold. Right, the translucent plastic on it looks amazing. The pirate logo there looks amazing as well. The orange on the sword also looks amazing, but there isn't really anything more to say about this mode. You can move these around if you want. We're going to come right back and have a look at him in his robot mode. So we're back and he's in his robot mode, and this is, to be honest, how I've had him on display for ages. The transformation process video you've seen is perhaps the only time that he's been transformed. Again, old figure, little hollow, does feel quite light. I suppose you can really sort of see how, which is good, how figures have improved over the years. I do very quickly just want to show you this though, because this reminds me very much so of was it like Mecha Live in the 2007 movie toy line? You see you tuck his head in there. When you bring it over and pop it down, it will pop up out there. I just think that's pretty cool. But you've probably seen the transformation already anyway. So yes, articulation head still spins around even though it's on a spring there. These shoulders, you've got a lot of articulation in these. The fins at the back, you can move these around, but you can't escape them. So you can't spin this all the way around, but let's be honest, you can with it. You can get every single range of motion. You just won't be able to go around all in one. You just have to maneuver a few things to get it. It's not that I can see that it'd be causing you a problem anyway. There is a swivel. You can see it's a ball and socket bicep joint. And as I say, that swivels there. There's clearly no waist, which is a shame. Ball and socket hips, hollow on the inside all the way down the leg, unfortunately. knee bend, and we don't have a tilt or a rock, but we have a toe sort of tap, which in honesty is only due to the transformation process. So again, you can see just, I suppose, how much I've just got this random figure here. The, I suppose, articulation has started to improve, even though he's a little bit taller. I'm going to quickly just do some of my prime figures. And again, if you're new to the channel, I always bring primes in. You can't even see him because most people tend to have at least one prime. So there's Studio Series, that's Earthrise, but it's the Takara version, just in case you're wondering. If you haven't, if you're still a few years behind, we've got a Siege version. We've got the new Deluxe, which is based on the G1, which is tiny. And then, even though this is missing Link, again, most people have a Generation 1 to give you an idea of size as well. Just some other Deluxe figures. Yeah, it's a good size Deluxe figure, especially for how old the mold is. Right, let's bring this down a little bit. And let's start in fact, let's do a couple of comparisons with the other two. So this is the original owner of the mold. There is Shockwave, and this is Air Raid. Now I did actually have the other Takara Air Raid as well, which was a slightly different color scheme, but again, they all look cool. There's something about them that looks really good, and I also like the fact that the weapons, I love the fact that they're so diverse. Multifunctional is probably the best word I'm looking for. With this one, you can see you've obviously got the gun at the back, so which they've done there. You've got the sword folded up, and you've also got that giant bit folded up around there as well. So in fact, rather than me just talking about it, let's show you it. So this would be then attached, by the looks of it, to there. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm sure actually as well that we can get all this and we can take the sword, so that can either be like this, but in the case of Air Raid, which you saw, I had it folded down because it does get too big. Looks more like a photon sort of blaster now as well. This is of course the top of the vehicle, which also comes around like so as well. I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure that you can join all of these together as well, to be honest. I'm sure you can. I think I read it, and I think I did it in one of my other older videos. So bear with me a second. Is it going to go there? Let me think. Is that going to come in the top? There's so many things that you can do with these, and as I say, that's what makes these fun. That's not going to go in there. I'm getting that mixed up. Right, bear with me a second. Let me just work it out. Okay then, so it was really obvious. I don't know if it's an international saying or just a UK saying where you can't see the wood from the trees. It's just literally as simple as getting this sword. We've already used the peg because we use it in the, of course, alternate mode, and then you can tab this into there. In fact, it can go down there like that, like so, and then of course you can bring it up either way. So you've got this crazy huge triple bladed sword now, which just looks insane. And to be honest, that is how I'm going to be now displaying him. I think he looks fantastic. I think the color scheme just works on it, and I'm wondering, because they've obviously started on the Space Pirates, if they may continue doing a few more of these. In fact, before we do that, let me just show you what else, the potential of the things that we can do. So yep, that can go in the hand as well. I'm just wondering now, looking at all these, yeah, you could do with all of these 5mm ports, you could just completely go crazy and just start putting them all on, but that's not as good. I don't know, it doesn't look too bad, does it? But it will go on. I think I'm going to use it more for the, would it be classified as a Bruticus look? I'm sure Bruticus has got it patented with the two things coming up at the back. But anyway, that's all I've got to say about this guy. I do think he looks very, very good. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. In fact, you can also let me know which one you think has the best colour scheme from these. I'm gutted I sold the Takara one now as well, because I'd have put all four for you to have a choose from. There you go, guys. Anyway, this was a look at your Timelines Pirate Brimstone figure. Take care.